Okay, hello everyone. My name's Sugi Yamagawa, and I'm just a regular guy VTubing my slow life hobbies in my 30s. And today we're going to be making beef stroganoff over the fire pit. And I am also today, just a little bit of a heads up for peeps out there, I am kind of sort of, since today is a little bit more of a chill and themed stream, I am testing a new BGM that I would like to use, so any feedback on that would be appreciated. But yeah, I hope everyone out there is having a wonderful evening. I've had a lovely Sunday day of honestly just taking care of some chores. Ooh. Taking care of a couple light chores and also just doing some premium relaxing time, like reading. But yeah, so beef stroganoff. First, somewhat reasonable order of business is, I gotta carefully bring this out, is we gotta start heating up our water for our noodles. So that's gonna be our first little bit of business. And now we move on to the traditional first order of business around here. And that's dice an onion. Oh, I will need you at some point. Actually, no, I don't have room to park you there, sorry. I do not have room. Ah, there you are. Huzzah. One of the nice things about having vegetables in plastic bags is I can just grab the large plastic bag and I know I have my veg. Oh wait, yeah. Also, I have this. So, first beer of the stream, Heineken, 00. And we're gonna crack this open with Best Spatula. Woo! Ah! And before I get into dicing this onion, we need a container to put my onion slices in for a little while. Okay, so anything that easily comes off my onion, just gonna go ahead and get rid of it. Take the top off. And then half. One's gonna get set there. Next is we take the coat off. If I can. Sometimes these paper coats can be a little bit on. They can be a little bit clingy to the onion, and I have to fight them a little bit. But this one is actually not. This is definitely on. I got onion peel in my water. Can I do something about? Yeah, I can do something. That's an easy do something about. Okay. That's first onion half cleaned. So set that aside. Time to fix mistake. Haha. Mistake has been fixed. And those are honestly the best mistakes you can make, are the ones that are fixable. Those are the best. I mean, there's no getting around the fact that, like, being human, you're gonna make mistakes, but if you do make a mistake, if you're somehow able to remediate it somehow, that's good. That's good. That's a good day. Mistakes you can't take back are a bad day. Ooh, did I dig into the? I dug into the onion quite a bit there. So that tore off. Oh, and here I am, continuing to fail to learn from my lesson. I'm trying to use my knife. Good. Only had so much holding at that juncture, because fire up there is very hot. Might seem like it'll take a little bit while for the pot to boil, but which it probably will. But I am starting to already see a good little bit of steam forming, so that's a really good sign. That's how we deal with rebels. You eat them. Yep, that's right, Fire. If you rebel, I'll eat you. Well, I'm going to just eat the things you cook. Okay. Let's see. Now's a good time to bring that down. Couple cuts. Hopefully this does not shake any more than it did just earlier. There we go. There's our itty bitty piece of remainder. That's all we want. Lots of what are going to be well utilized onions. Okay. Woo. Hey, Fire, don't smoke me out too much, okay? Granted, the winds are a lot more in my favor today than they were yesterday. Yesterday was a little bit rough with how much the wind was just blowing from this direction to where I'm sitting, which was fun. Let's see, do one more slice. Get a nice reasonable dice on this. Ooh. Also, this is also my first time making beef stroganoff like this. Typically I've had it, I made it like hamburger helper style. So this is actually my first time doing it like this. So I'm really interested in seeing how the flavor compares. Because, I mean, like, regular store-bought in a box beef stroganoff tastes plenty good, but will this be like a little bit better or a whole lot better is a big what if I'm asking myself. So we have that. That is onion, also gloriously diced. So we're going to take the onion, and for now, set it off to the side. Cutting board with knife. You can get parts over there, because this here is the most premium real estate there is in the world to me. And I cannot, under any circumstances, lose too much of this. Because this is all my prep surface, this is all my work surface. This is what enables me to do what I want to do here today. So I need to go, why did I not go to my recipe? I sure went to my recipe, man. Oh wait, that's actually my steps. I want the steps though. I want my steps. Steps are very important. And also your plastic bag the onion came in is being very floaty around. So let's park that over there for now. So I need to use 12, I think this recipe calls for 12 ounces of my egg noodles. I have 16. Will I use just half? Let's see. Recipe on the wall. What do you say? Actually, wait a second. I actually know the easy way. I know there's an easier way for me to do this, because the thing is with these online recipes, you just have to like do big scroll. But I have the actual like broken down ingredients list on my phone, and I should utilize that resource to help keep me straightened out. Actually, wait a second. If I hit images, yes, thank you. So it does call for 12 ounces of the egg noodles, but they sell egg noodles in 16-ounce packages. So I have to use 3/4 of this. Okay, let's see. I got pretty good steaming going on. I'm just ever so starting to hear a simmer. So let's open you up. Because that is going to be ready here soon, which I'm just going to give it a little bit longer to get to where it needs to go. Knife gets parked there. Refuse goes into the sure over there bin. But yeah, one of the things I actually did today was pull both of my bird nests that I had up, well, bird boxes, because I set out 3 this year. One I had to pull early to make room for another project, and then another one I had to, well, the one I had to pull for the project, and then I left the other 2 up. The other 2 I left up actually had bird nests in them, which was good, because I knew one had activity, and I was pretty sure there was activity in the second one, because it kind of looked like there was some like nesting material in there, but I had it set pretty high up on like a fence, so it was a little hard for me to like make a visual check on it. But yeah, so I created habitat for 2 pairs of nesting birds last year. So good job me. Help preserve that biodiversity. So I am definitely starting to hear, actually I need something that is a reasonable spatula. And I also want, you're the best resource here. I don't want to leave it resting on my little workstation, so I'm going to have that little Tupperware container that I got the onions in be my resting place for that. So for now, let's go ahead and slowly add in our egg noodles. Okay, get a little plunked up, that's fine. Or do I just need, because I don't like opening these bags up too much. Because it's either, because the thing is with some of these plastic bags, it's like you either do too little or too much, and honestly, I think that's plenty of egg noodles for me. That is going to be plenty of egg noodles. So, just gonna give these a nice little stir. And then that starts those. Now, I don't want to do this. I feel like I got a really good heat under here. That's actually one of the fun things about today's recipe is I don't need necessarily a whole lot of heat to do a lot of the things I'm doing, other than initially getting this water to a boil. That's like one of the first like big things I have to accomplish. But I think we're getting a pretty good boil going here, so that should only have to cook for 6 to 8 minutes, I reckon. I shall reference packaging. Stir occasionally, cook for 5-6 minutes. Okay. So 5-6 minutes from now time. I can do that. I can do that. That's pretty easy. That is a no problem, Jose. Which actually, you know what? I can do this, so. Okay. Sounds like my stream BGM's a little bit low. I'm gonna just bump it up a little bit. That might have been a bit much. Let's see here. I'm gonna be having fun with this. Nah, I can do more. I can do a little bit more. I'm a little nervous because some of the tracks are there's a few vocal tracks in there, so it might get a little loud. Nah, this is perfect. This is perfect. I'm happy with that. That's not overbearing. It's like the thing that makes me the most nervous with like BGM is if it gets overbearing or you can't hear my voice. Because there's another streamer out there that I actually kind of like watching, but their audio is so low it's usually pretty hard to hear them unless I'm on. If I'm watching them on my laptop, they're really low, but if I'm watching them on this computer, I'm usually fine. But hello, Haggle. Oh boy. Oh. I know. We're still drinking the Nay beers, but I will be actually having proper beer next weekend. This weekend. No, I never had that one. I actually really like the Heineken 00. So it depends. I know there's quite a few people who don't like Heineken, which is fair. But what I like about this one is it's an NA beer, but it's also just a straight lager. Like, and it also tastes exactly like a Heineken. So if you like Heineken, you'll like the Heineken 00. Like, I pretty much guarantee it, because this tastes exactly like a Heineken. And one of the things with like NA beer is sometimes it can taste like it can taste different, because alcohol actually contributes to the mouth flavor of the beverage. Well, if you like a Heineken 00 is pretty much straight up Heineken. Which, for a guy like me, I am very okay with that. Never had a Heineken, but I do like a cream ale. Ah, okay. Cream ales are good. Normally I go for straight lagers, and also every year I'll brew a Vienna lager that I really like. I also have one of the craft breweries around me. They will also release a Vienna lager, and I really like the Vienna lagers when I can get them. Those are probably my favorite of like the lager. Well, no, I can't include Kolsch, because Kolsch is actually not a lager. Kolsch is actually an ale. Kolsch belongs in the ale family. Because Kolsch is like a weird thing where it's like, it basically has like the body and some of the flavors of a lager, but it's actually fermented like, it's fermented with ale yeast. Don't like Kolsch, too nutty. Oh man, I love Kolsch. Like, but I can see that though, because one of the things with Kolsch is, with the type of yeast that are used, you'll get there's a lot of like ester notes, like fruit flavor notes a little bit with it versus like a traditional lager, and that's just because of the yeast used in it. But for me personally, I love Kolsch. Like, Kolsch is easily one of those things. So like, if I go somewhere and I'm like new to the brewery or to the establishment and I see Kolsch on the board, well, I know I can order a Kolsch and I'll probably like it, as long as it's not old. Which is kind of where we're getting in craft beer right now, is like, with the demand going down so much, and fewer people drinking, which, hey, good for you, good for those people. Beer taps are not turning over as quickly, and inventory on shelves are not turning over too quickly. So the beer that's there may have been there for a little while and may not be at peak flavor anymore. Which is always why I have like an immense amount of respect for the breweries that will actually put the date that the beer was packaged either on the bottle or the can. Because there's some breweries that don't do that. And going to the store and being like, oh, okay, I like this beer, and then you take that beer home and you crack it open and it's like, well, this beer is definitely 11 months old. Because as beer gets like too old, it will develop kind of a little bit more of a funky taste to it. It's less desirable. Okay, I'm gonna try some of my noodles here. I just need one. I just need one volunteer. One volunteer. Ooh, okay. Awesome sauce. That's perfect. That is perfect. Now I gotta strain this. Which is the hard part. Which, I know what I did last time I had to do this. Okay. Have a clear area to move. I'm gonna don both gloves for safety's sake. And come here. And let's see. Oh, the tab's on that side. I wish the tab was on the same side as the thing. Oh, dearie. Exciting. Let's see. Get most of it? Or is there still quite a bit of moisture in there? Might be. Yeah, I think there's still quite a bit of moisture in there. Okay. I think that's sufficient. I really like Black Brute Porter, but it has to be on tap. Ooh, Black Brute. Gosh, what's the brewery for that one? I think that's Deschutes that does the Black Brute Porter. I think that's the brewery. Ding, ding, ding. Yay! I've had that a couple times. That's a pretty good one. Whoa, I did not want you to go that direction. I wanted you to go inside direction. I'm based on the East Coast. And one of my favorite mass market porters is the Edmund Fitzgerald from Great Lakes. That's why I threw it at this juncture. Yeah, come on, let's hook this. Granted, I'm actually really liking this new fire poker. It's been very nice to use. Okay. So, let's go ahead and get ready for step 2. Never seen that one in my life. It's fairly well distributed on the East Coast of the US. I'm not sure where you're based out of, but for me, I've been able to reliably find it. And Great Lakes is a pretty big brewery. West Coast, okay, yeah, that's what I was thinking. If you were a big fan of the Black Fruit, then yeah, you probably... I don't know if they get out towards the West Coast. Oh. Granted, I was... Shucks. I don't even think I was really much of a beer drinker last time I went to California. Oh, no sizzle. Oh, the pan just hasn't warmed up yet. But with that additional piece of firewood and some of the heat, I just didn't have my pan warmed up, which I really wasn't concerned about. But you should be hearing the sizzle now. Because I've got a sizzle on, because I'm hearing the sizzle. Okay. Let's break this open. I just hear Christmas music. Oh, we got I've got a pretty good sizzle going here. And I'm actually fairly happy. That's the reason. That's another thing I like about, because I usually buy stuff. I buy quite a bit of ground beef at Costco, in like their sealed packs that you can separate, which are nice. But I also like it when I can buy ground beef like this, because it makes it a lot easier. It pulls apart so much easier versus the stuff I'll typically get from Costco. The stuff I typically get from Costco, I have to like fight it apart. Whereas that just separated. It just separated and did so wonderfully. Which very happy with. But it's really hard to really turn up my atmosphere mic, because otherwise the atmosphere mic picks me up a little bit too much, which maybe I should just probably run one mic for these streams. But I've got what's called a Mia mod for my GoPro webcam. I'm really interested in how the audio on that is going to perform. Okay, sweet. Not even sticking. That's what I want. So, let's keep stirring and breaking you up. Nice and cooked thoroughly. I don't want to get food poisoning, especially from food I made myself. That's a bad day. Then Take this grill grate, add it off to the side, because I'm going to be using that later, maybe. As long as I'm going to have to do some stuff to make sure I can use that right. Let's keep giving this a nice stir. Good. I want stuff clean to the side. Clean to the side. Then I won't get reasonably good cook. That's just a darn shame. I genuinely cannot wait to get to part. Feeling this is Toho music, actually. Well, Haggle, that's a ding 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 for you. Okay, so the question is which Punkit album? Because I know of 3 of iOS's Punkit albums. I've mostly listened to the first album. Also, I'm just like... I am like a massive fan of Toho music, so that's kind of one of their... First is best. I didn't know there was a third. I know that... I don't know. I might have to check. I know there's at least 2. It's been a while. Wait, Punkit album. Because iOS's has the... What's this album called? Okay, so this one's actually a mix that I found on YouTube, and gosh, if I were to go somewhere, do I have a likes on my thing? I don't know if I liked the video. I would have to spend a little bit of time to find it, but this is actually just a strung together playlist someone made. This one. My typical BGM is from a Toho circle called Jazzy Onion, which I think they have a couple of tracks on this playlist. But I also know a lot of this playlist is from a circle called, it's THJ Quartet. Is where a lot of the songs on this mix come from. Not all of them, but a fair amount. And I have discovered a couple of their songs here on the YouTube, and one of the problems with finding Toho circles that released music a little while ago is, well, if they released it 10 years ago, finding like actual albums, even to like download, sometimes can be just like fiendishly difficult, because Toho music is massive. Like, massive. Like, it is crazy how much Toho music. Internet Archive. I mean, Internet Archive works if it was on the internet. Sounds like Steely Dan. But yes, hello and welcome in, Mr. Spock. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Ooh, wow. That's real pinkish there. Go ahead and make sure that gets closer to the heat, because we do not want pink ground beef. Granted, the great thing about beef stroganoff is we're going to also mix this up, and I can also heat it a little bit more in the saucepan if I choose to do so. It is an adequate Sunday. Good to hear. Honestly, really good to hear. Because if people think like every other day is great or something, then your like expectations are poorly misaligned. But if you go through your life and you consider most of your days like a solid good to adequate, then guess what? You have well set expectations for what you want out of life, and that should be considered a good thing. Because you see a bunch of stuff where people are just like, oh, you gotta be like wowed all the time, or you gotta have like a great experience. I'm looking at you customer satisfaction surveys. Like, can't I just use your service and get what I pay for and be like, hey, you know what? That's all right. I'll refrain from the easy Stroganoff jokes. Well, I'll say you don't necessarily have to. I don't even know there's really a lot of jokes about this. All I know is I have sour cream I would like to use up, which is my main reason why I'm cooking it. And then second of all, beef stroganoff really reminds me of going to Grandma's house and her making lunch on, yeah, she would usually make lunch for me on like a Sunday lunch, yeah. Sunday lunch at Grandma's. That's what beef stroganoff means to me. And reaching out, reaching into the cooler blindly, has yielded me an athletic hazy IPA. Does she cook her beef in a cold pan too? I forget if she had cast iron. Because the grandma that I most associate with this recipe, she has since passed. But I do have my other grandma. I made a broccoli and whiskey pork stir fry. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. Now, I pretty much know for a fact my handle here is going to be really hot. So, need that. Where's my magic bowl? There's a bowl here. Hello, bowl. I need you. Come here. Don't worry about it. Okay. Ooh. So for now, we're gonna transfer our cooked ground beef into a bowl. I'm trying to be as careful as I can. I don't want to lose any of this. I hate to lose perfectly good food. Food pretty seriously around here. Okay, I'll do that. That. And then, yeah, let's just go ahead, give our pan a good scrape. Get the remainder. I really want to get that remainder out. There we go. I'm happy with that. We have a little bit of fat. Fat goes the way of the dodo. And then I'm going to set you. Stay put. Stay put. I'm going to eventually stay put. I want you to stay put on something. I don't have enough table. Fine. Fat is flavor. Fat is flavor, but also a lot of my... How stable is that? Okay, that's reasonably stable. I do agree with fat being flavor. I very much agree with that. However, though, a lot of the recipes... Well, the recipe was just like, hey, make sure you don't have like too much fat in it. So I'm going to go down the... I'm not going to worry about getting all my fat out of it. But if I can take a little bit of fat out, that's probably going to be a good thing. So... Now we actually get to start making the sauce, and this is where I gotta refer to a recipe. We did step 1, make noodles. Step 2, ground beef. Ah, here we go. Sweet. Awesome. One of my favorite parts. I love this part. Buried my knife under a container that holds food and can't yoink it. Can't be yoinking containers that hold food. You might lose food that way. That was a very undesirable outcome. So I am going to be... Actually, I'm just going to entertain the fact... I'm just going to briefly entertain the fact that I actually have an ingredients list here. And how much butter? All-purpose flour. Okay, well, it doesn't say how much butter specifically, so I'm going to go for the yes amount of butter. There we go. So we're going to go for the yes amount of butter. And also, butter is going to be another source of fat. That's why I can't trust the handle, because everything gets very warm over the fire, which is also why I have the ground beef sitting in this glass container off to the side. That's so that way some of the radiant heat of the fire can keep my ground beef nice and toasty. And also, good evening to you, Dad's Old Shop. And apparently Dad's Old Shop brought light mode, so we're now in light mode. So, that is a lot of that. So, our butter's fully melted. Let's throw our onions in. Onions! Now, some people might consider that an excessive amount of onions. Sugi Yamagawa does not know what an excessive amount of onions is. Because when people say onions, I say, yes, how much? Well, I say, yes. Onions have layers. Onions have layers. Just like how people have layers. Okay. I think we got a pretty good level of heat. I'm not gonna get too crazy with this from a heat perspective. So we'll cut those till they're translucent. But to stay on top of the game, let's make sure I'm ready for my next steps. And that looks like it's precariously. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, yeah, there's actually a fair amount of radiant heat right there, so that actually should be a reasonably good keep warm function. Sweet, sweet, wonderful. Sizzling onions. One of many things that make me very happy And one of the better things is onions are a component of good food, and good food is a thing that makes me very happy. I also just wish I could be better at growing them because I'm not very particular. Granted, I actually did better this year. I actually got some pretty decent bulbs this year. Some of the past years I've grown onions, I haven't gotten like really good bulbs, but this year was actually alright. And blooming onions. You should try French onion soup. Okay. So, haggle. A little while back, I did a stream where my supermarket sent me a recipe for a dish called Tennessee onions. I think it was like Tennessee onions, and yeah, I made it, and Dad's old shop was like, "You made French onion soup without the soup." But yeah, I do actually plan to do a French onion soup stream. I also really like how the Tennessee onions turned out. Like, those actually turned out really good. Whoa. Easy now. Because I think the Tennessee baked onions was just like lots of onions and cheese, and you should make some fresh gras. Ooh, what's gras? Through the internet! Internet, enlighten me. Oh, come on, Google. I know we're very far from the router right now, but you should be able to be functional. Eating worms. Ooh. Ooh. Wait a second. That's right. I'm not gonna ignore you, onions. Definitely never gonna ignore you. That's weird. Bluesky of live with a separate world. Oh, okay. Never really done. Gosh, there was a book. There was a book when I was a kid that was about eating worms. There's a meme, it's in Nestle Crab Pockets, the pictures. Oh gosh. Gosh, there was a kid's book when I was a kid that was all about like eating worms. Like, would you eat it with ketchup? Would you eat it with mustard? And I think that's what they did in the book was, like, one of the kids was trying to be mean and bullied the kid into eating worms, but the kid basically pulled a galaxy brain and just seasoned the hell. How they eat fried worms, yes! Yes! Like, that's a classic of my era. In terms of, I've read the book and seen the movie. Oh, did they make a movie? Cool. Just add MSG. Yes, just add MSG. MSG makes everything better. Okay. These onions backgrounds are starting to get translucent. So I'm going to let them cook for a little bit while longer. What's the new BGM? So the new BGM is actually another, it's more Toho music, but it's a jazz funk mix that I found. And okay, so flour is going to be the next step. Okay, that's good. But yeah, for those who are, yeah, that's actually one. So that's actually one of the main circles that did most of the music in this playlist, which is why I kind of picked it. That music's, oh, it's too cheery. Oh, okay. Although, it doesn't seem too loud. Whoa. Okay. But I just figured out, for today I would experiment, like Christmas. I don't know how I feel about that. Because I don't like this time of year when all the retail stores are like, hey guys, think about Christmas now. And I'm like, whoa, 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 whoa. We got the Thanksgiving holiday. We've got Turkey Day coming up. Like, can we get Turkey Day over with and then be all Christmas cheer? Retailers are like, no, 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 no. That Christmas means sales. Christmas means capitalism. We have to have all the Christmas cheer. Just like, no, we don't. We don't. Well, I'm also referring to like how they decorate stores and other such stuff. But yeah, there is no true Turkey Day music. And I'm not sure what they would play for Turkey Day music. Oh yeah, get that down there. December is Christmas. It's Christmas 3 weeks and then 1 week of New Year. Yes! Yes! Yes, that is the way to do it. That is the way to do it. I would happily have scary, spooky skeletons. Happily have that. Okay. Actually, earphone. How much garlic am I throwing at this? Wait a second. I want the photos. I need to go to my files. Okay. So, I'm just going to interpret 4 to 5 cloves as lots. Because I like garlic. Actually, I like everything I have in my pan right now. Because we have butter, we have garlic, and just a little bit more. Did you hear Keto the 31st? No, I don't. You need to find a better Festivus bowl. Okay. Unfortunately, my family was not known for having a very diverse, playlist. Because for a large part of for my family, for 11 months out of the year, game night's soundtrack was ABBA's Gold Greatest Hits. That was mostly what we listened to. And then when Christmas came around, we brought out all the cringe and listened to, for Christmas, the Rosie O'Donnell Christmas album. That was my family's Oh, I don't know if I've heard Teto the 31st. I know of Teto. ABBA, I like ABBA. I genuinely think ABBA's good. Even though I know some people may not agree with me. Which is funny because I had a coworker who I told him I thought ABBA was pretty good. Well, at least okay. ABBA is like one of the background musics of my life. But he wasn't as much of a fan of ABBA simply because everyone he knew really liked ABBA and he just didn't care for ABBA, so he was just like, oh no, another person who likes ABBA. It's like, ABBA's fine. ABBA's more than fine. And I am going to mute both mics and take care of everything. Oh no, oh no, I'm not doing that. I wouldn't even worry about that. It's just I had to blow my nose. Okay, so I think that garlic, some onions, that butter, it's a real long one. That's been doing its stuff for a while. So, next part in making our sauce is going to be adding flour. Where am I at with flour? Flour. Come on. 3 tablespoons. 3 tablespoons flour. So my tablespoon. Tablespoon! Woo! Okay. Ooh! That's a little bit generous. Tablespoon for 1. Need 3. There we go. There's 1 more tablespoon. And let's do a 3rd. And just a little bit less on the 3rd because we had plenty on the 1st. Bada bang, bada boom. So, in addition to flour, we're going to be also using half our container of beef broth. And the instructions in the recipe say to slowly add it and stir, and so it doesn't sear to the bottom of the pan. So, just make that first splash. Not getting any. Cool. There we go. That feels half container-ish. Let's see. Just a hair bit generous. Hair bit generous. So, I'm just gonna stir this. Let's get it well incorporated. And we'll let that do its thing for a moment. While I also can't up the levels of heat a little bit here. Whoa. Whoa. Ooh. One time I tried using bottled broth, but it was apparently concentrate, never again. Oh gosh. Oh man, that's scary. That's really scary. Yeah, that's the thing with broth sometimes is you gotta like really read those recipes. So, speaking of the recipe, I'm gonna read my recipe. Wait, how long? Gradually use wooden spoon. Scrape all. Okay. Okay, so up next is going to be the cream of onion soup. So, let's see. Ooh, is that my last goodie in the bag? That's my last goodie in the bag. Whoa! Okay, cool. That's the last goodie in the bag. Goodie bag goes over there. Spatula. Just in case this doesn't want to come out of here nicely. I'm going to just let this cook. Well, it seems like it's kind of reducing a little bit. And then we'll go in with the soup. That's it. Further so. Side closest to fire, very warm. Side not close to fire, not so warm. So we're going to spin that. And it's going to continue to keep our ground beef nice and toasty. Ugh. Okay, big stretch. Yep, that's what I'm talking about. One nice big stretch. Whew. Oh yeah, I gotta do that. Okay, so. So, you can see the base of my pots. This is for the garage garden. I had it outside because it's been real nice this weekend. I really have to make sure that gets it in. That's got to get into the garage because it's going to get down to like 36 tonight. Because it's already getting kind of chilly outside. I'm curious, how chilly is it? App is not 58 degrees. This is not 58 degrees. Please refresh. App says it's 52. I'll believe 52. But honestly, 52 is actually real nice. Better for doing it. I will hate it. Oh yeah. Ooh, man. Okay, that's looking nice. I like that. So, that looking good. Cut open our there. Woo! Oh, that just came out in a blob. Big old blobbity blob blob blob. Let's try that. Scoop this little bit out of here. Because I don't believe in wasting food ever, especially ingredients. Just incorporate that in, and then at this juncture, this mixture of ours will cook for 5 minutes. Let's get that pretty well incorporated. It's looking pretty good. Actually, it's starting to look like Stroganoff sauce. You seem like someone who would brew sake at least once. I haven't brewed sake. I am working. So I actually haven't had a lot of sake. So I haven't. If I enjoyed sake more, I probably would have already tried brewing it. But brewing sake at least one time is on my bucket list of like to-dos I wish to do. Granted, I'm probably going to end up doing mead first before I do sake. But yeah, sake. Yeah, sake is actually a thing I can actually brew. It's not a distilled beverage. Let's say 2-ish minutes. Do I? Nah, I can just use a spatula for that. Yeah, okay. Here, Yellow Angel. Yeast makes it super easy. Oh yeah, because one of the things with brewing sake is you have to deal with the what's called koji, which is it's a yeast mold that you actually have to like grow and prepare to put onto the rice, which then processes the starches in the rice to actually get you fermentable sugars. I actually got some koji from the old lady at my local Thai food cart. Nice, very nice. I haven't looked for koji around me, but who knows? Funny enough, there's actually a dedicated sake brewery in Lexington, Kentucky. And I've been there a couple of times, and yeah, they make some pretty okay sake. They're called Void Sake. If you're ever in the area. Sauce. Don't worry about scraping this at this juncture. Instead, we're going to just let that cook. Let it cook, let it cook, let it cook. And hopefully it'll cook down nicely. Since I've got a little bit of time left on this, I'm going to go ahead and throw the BRB screen on. I'm going to use the restroom right quick, and we'll be right back. And we are back. And I just polished off. I'm not sure she knew I brewed. It's mysterious how people can just read that off of you. Yeah. I mean, that's just how some people can just, like, pick up on other people's vibes, I think. I think that's a real big part of it. Okay. So I'm going to be giving this a nice stir. And then okay. Now we get to add some sour cream, which for my purposes, I was generous with this container yesterday, and I shall continue to be generous with this container. Over there. So, come on. Don't make me get violent. Ooh. I need to grab a fork. Fork. Nope. There we go. Squeeze a little bit more out. I can squeeze a little bit more out. And for squeezing a little bit more out, it's a reasonably solid. Sure, why not? There we go. There's that. Next up is one of my favorites. Worcestershire sauce, which I probably mispronounced in some horribly egregious way, which I'm not particularly worried about that. And then I'm honestly just going to be very generous with it because I like it. I like it a lot. And then we're also going to hit this with an okayish amount of salt, not too much, because the beef broth had some salt to it. And then we'll go around and hit it with a round of pepper. We'll fold that together. We'll mix it in. Oh man, it's really starting to look like a nice sauce. Now, the recipe did call for mushrooms to be added to this, and I'm personally not a huge fan of mushrooms, so I omitted those. And I figured the cream of mushroom soup would be enough mushroominess for me. I think I'm probably going to be pretty right about that. I need something clean. My fork from earlier just contaminated. It's just sour cream. But yeah, I'm going to give the sauce a taste. Oh wow. Wow. Wait, I want to evaluate that a little bit more. Okay. Salt levels might be a little bit high. I probably should not. I should have probably tasted it before I added salt. I am tasting a whole lot of mushroominess to it. But I'm also gonna hit it with another round of black pepper because can't taste any. And I also want to try to round out the flavor profile a little bit. So that way, kind of like, because right now I'm getting a lot of the sour cream, the mushrooms, and salt. And I'd like a little bit more. Never have too much pepper in a creamy soup. Well, that's good to hear. Okay. Ooh, that's mild out. Ooh, yeah. And also, yeah, we're gonna go with a little bit more pepper. But that's tasting really good, actually. That's tasting really good. I'm actually fairly happy with that. So, this juncture, let's go ahead and our magical beef crumbles. Start to get those stirred in. I was thinking about doing this in one of my cast iron pans, but I was like, this recipe looks like it makes a little bit too much for my cast iron pan. And considering the fact I'm going to basically be hitting the limits of this one, I am really glad I went with this one versus my cast iron, because my cast iron would not hold this much food. Okay, come over here, you. Been chilling over there for a while. Come on, babe. Oh, do I gotta convince you? I gotta convince you. Break my noodles up, man. Okay. Broken up a little bit. Let's get you teased in here. Oop. Do that for now. And I'm gonna mix those in before I add the rest. Yeah, I really pushed the limits of today's skillet. Because the thing is, I have a skillet bigger than this, but that skillet is obnoxiously large and can be ill-suited to some uses. So I wanted to avoid using it for today. I think the idea of just mixing this in batches is going to work out. Dill fits pretty well, but if it's preference thing, it's a very Russian dish. Honestly, this just reminds me of lunch at Grandma's. Is what I think of when it comes to beef stroganoff. Is just Grandma making up a big old thing of hamburger helper and being like, "Here you go, kiddo." I'm like, "Yay, hamburger helper!" Get off there. Let's get the danger. Granted, I don't have dill on hand. I live a very seasoning light lifestyle. Current challenges. But I feel like some of the saltiness and some of that other stuff might get blended in with the other ingredients. So if I'm just a hair bit heavy on those, I'm not going to personally worry about it. Because one of the things you can do if you have too much of a flavor is you can just dilute it with other bits of food. Because I would make one of the dishes I would make for quite a while for myself would be mixed rice with black beans. Well, it would be like be white rice, black beans, and then I would very well season it, like aggressively season it. And if I got a little too aggressive with the seasoning, honestly, 90% of the time it turned out fine. Because when I would go to like actually eat it, like, come here, you. There we are. Because when I would actually go to eat the dish, I would hit it with onions, peppers, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it was a childhood for me too. From that hamburger helper route, I learned about it more when I went to culinary school. Had this dish as a groom meal at my wedding. Okay. Well, it sounds like this dish has been part of your life for a long time. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Let's see, I can afford to have a little bit less weight on this side of the world. Because, yeah, we can go this route. This is a good route. I'm okay with that. So, it's time for the plate up. I gotta be careful. There's people walking outside. I'm nervous. Who knows what my neighbors would think if they found out I was a YouTuber. But yeah. But yeah. Beef Stroganoff! And before we get into it, let's crack open the cold one. Cheers. Okay. So, looks like beef stroganoff. The real question is, does it taste like beef stroganoff? Oh man. Oh, oh my god. Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All according to plan, because adding the meat and the noodles definitely drowned out some of the intensity of the flavors I was experiencing by just having the sauce. It is 100% solidly beef stroganoff that I've spent over an hour working on. But yeah, good result. Good result. Oh yeah. It has a real nice creamy flavor. Not too strong on the mushroom. But not light either. Like, really good. I'm really happy with it. Oh man. Okay. Oh. Today's game plan. Use up the remainder of the sour cream that I bought for yesterday's stream. So 100%. You can go real upscale with the mushroom. Russian cuisine highlights mushrooms. Ah. I mean, I don't mind mushroom flavor, but I'm also not like big on actually eating the mushrooms. It's kind of like how I feel about cherries. Like, cherry flavoring, I like it, but actual cherries not so much. Because, well, I'm a bit of a degenerate when it comes to, well, some of that type of stuff. Like, how do people say, I may not be particularly cultured? I think is one of the ways to see it. But like the amount of mushroom flavor I got in here from my like cream of mushroom soup, like I am more than happy. I'm more than happy with that. Like it's tasty. It's tasty, and most importantly, it's fun. It's more than, I would say it's kind of a little bit more than just a solid fine. It's good. It's good. It's perfectly within my my beef stroganoff experiences as a child. And also, one of the best things about the beef stroganoff is this is a very easy meal. Especially if you're just feeding a little one, to just really go to town on. Like, it is very easy to just like pile up a plate, have a little bit off to the side, and be like, here you go, youngster. If you need more, you know where to get it. So, really good. Really good. I'm pretty happy with this. For something that was kind of a little bit of a last minute idea, but today was a good day. Good day, good stream. All those good things. So, well, it is, well, as you can see, it's getting kind of late. Granted, it's not too late, but I've got 2 homestead chores, because I've got because that has to get back into my garage, because those tomatoes are not going to like the cold that's coming their way tonight. So I gotta do that, and I also have to remember to close the lid on my cold frame, because I had it open all this weekend. So I've got some food in front of me that I'm going to be digging into, and I've got some last minute chores to take care of. Then I'm going to take a shower and probably do some reading, and hey, it's going to be the next week. So next stream is going to be Thursday night. This past week was my on-call week, so I will be off my on-call. So it'll be a little bit easier on me to do streams during the week. So next Thursday, I'll be working on restoring my Stanley number 5. So really looking forward to that, because a lot of my hand planes that I've worked on so far have been like the smaller kind. Stanley number 5 is a little bit bigger, and probably is going to be a lot more of a workhorse in the woodshop. So really looking forward to getting that fixed up. And with that, my name is Sugi Yamagawa, and I'd like to say thank you very much to everyone who tuned in today, and I hope all of you have a good rest of your day, night, evening, whatever it is, wherever you're at, and bye-bye.